Good morning, Shakim. Sorry. Yes, Green Paradise. Will we have Green Paradise today on NVDA? Earnings is tonight. This could be the blow off top for NVIDIA. Um, my game plan right now, I don't have any trim order in. I don't have that many share, but I do have, I do plan to put in one order to trim at 1,000 after hour. Okay, we'll see. After hour, we'll see. Now, as far as a pullback, if there is one, uh, I have no idea. Okay, but my plan is to have a trim order in at 1,000, and then as far as buy order, the first one, if you want to put in at a 20, that might be one spot. But if you want to be safer, the gap fill. Okay, 862 ish. That would be where I would throw in an order after hour. Seem crazy to think that it can drop $80, but you never know. Okay, you never know. Look, this has happened, right? This candle here is, yeah, over $80 from 843 to 756, right? So don't discount that it can happen, right? Especially if the number is disappointing. For whatever reason, I have no idea why it would be disappointing. I have no idea. Okay, the Google, the Meta, the Microsoft of the world are still buying this stuff hand over fist. So I suspect that it should be good. And the guidance, who knows? Okay, so but that's the game plan, right? It is that simple. You can put in order to nip at the 20 or 50 if you wish, but for me, it's 863. And then, of course, after that, it's 814 all the way down to the 100 MA. It is that simple. All right, let's take a look at the housing sector. The rest of this fast stream. HD came down to key support, 200 MA. If you want to nibble here, you can. Not for me. I want to avoid this sector because I think pain is still coming, even though rate will probably be lower. If you ask me where will rate be 6 months from now, I would say likely lower. But I also think housing is still gonna get worse and worse and worse. But if you really want exposure here, it is at a key spot, right? Let's draw in the line, the battle line. The zone, as I call it, right? See, there's a gap fill here. It's a tiny gap fill that I think it filled the gap here. See, on this down here, it filled the gap and then bounce. But that's the zone. It makes sense, right? So it's at the top of the zone. So if it break the 200, can it come all the way down to 325? Another $10? Yeah. If you want to wait until it come down there, buy that and then put in a tight stop below. Right? Where would I put a tight stop? Maybe the gap fill below at 323, 324. And if that failed, you can have one of those cascade move all the way to the next gap fill at 291, right? So that's it. Low, oops, low earning, yeah, nasty move. Is that a surprise? Same thing here, okay? If you want to put in a buy order down there, you can. I'd rather play the put spread on both HD and low, to be honest, okay? To me, there is still plenty of pressure left to drive both Home Depot and lower. Now, the one that I do like, well, one more that I don't like, GNRC. Um, I thought it was time to go here, right? I was talking, I think the last time I talked about this stock was when it was up here. And I said that potentially it can fill the gap, and it did. It filled the gap and more, okay? It is in the danger zone, okay? If you don't know, GNRC make backup power, electric generator, all those things. Usually it does very well in the hurricane season because a lot of people buy those things in advance of a hurricane or right before the hurricane's coming when the warning come, right? On top of that, they sell a lot to new homes, but yeah, this is not good, okay? This is, if Home Depot, if the housing stocks are rolling over, this is not the place you want to be. So say thank you and go. Last is my favorite of the bunch. The last time I talked about Whirlpool was, I think, a month ago on this ugly candle, right? And I draw in this line, okay, this white line. Yeah, guess what? I have a buy order in at 86, okay? So you see this little alert here that I put. To me, this is a position that if I was to buy into Whirlpool, I'd probably buy 100 shares and put it away for 2 or 3 years. It's one of those things where if the end of the earth is coming, if the end of civilization is coming, nobody cares, okay? But if you have a 2 to 3 year horizon, this is a lot like Pfizer. When I talk about Pfizer is the turnaround story that likely can double my money more than any other position I have. Whirlpool is another one where I will put in a decent size order, okay? Washer, dryer, refrigerator, okay? This is more reflective of the housing, new home construction, all that stuff, yeah. And just take a look at this 3-year chart, okay? That's when the line was drawn, okay? For those of you remember, let's take a look at even 5 years, pre-pandemic, okay? So this is a pre-pandemic, okay? This is the pandemic low is all the way down to 65. Now, can it get down there? Maybe, okay? If it break this, if we go into a bear market, where the stock market in general is down 20%, can GenRec come down here? Absolutely, okay? Absolutely. So be prepared that that can happen. But at the same time, if you ask me, if we go through, let's have, hypothetically speaking, if we're gonna have a recession at the end of the year that will endure 1 year of pain and low interest rate coming next year, housing market rebound, new home construction rebound, mortgage rate drop lower, can I see this thing back to the 160 range? I don't need it to go to 270, okay? But if I buy at 85, 86, down to 66, can I see a double in 2 or 3 years? The answer is yes, right? So put this along with Pfizer as stock that I can see double in a year or two. It might take 2 or 3 years. Same thing with Pfizer. I didn't predict Pfizer to double this year, okay? But next year, yeah, it's possible, okay? Or 2 years. Hey, if anything that you buy double in 2 or 3 years, are you going to complain? Right? As much as I like the Max 7, Do I think anything that I own in the Max 7 is gonna double in 2 years? Does anybody think that Google's will double in 2 or 3 years? I don't. I have money in them, but I trade them. I don't hold them for a double or a triple. Okay, but with Pfizer, yes. With Whirlpool, I will start to build a position at 86, and then perhaps I will buy 100 share outright at 86. But once that alert go off, that means that my first buy order has triggered, and then I will build a position down below. Okay, so and then as time goes on, this trend line will keep dropping, right? So it's not going to stop at 86. Okay, you gotta understand. A month from now, this trend line will be 85 or lower. So nothing wrong with buying at 86 and then put in buy order at 85, 84, because it will keep sliding. Okay, can it bounce off it? It's possible, but for now, my buy is starting at 86. That's it for this. Good luck on NVDA tonight. I will be looking to trade after hour. Bye bye.